Hello. Alright, we're here. I've actually low-key been enjoying doing these, like, little mini Pokerogue endless streams. Just kind of vibing. Yo, it's Pokerogue. Welcome to the stream, Alex. How you doing? It is I yet again. So, I don't know how this works, but apparently there's a shiny event going on right now. So, I think the odds of a shiny are, like, very likely. So I guess we're gonna find out if it really is or not. Because more shinies mean more progress. Does unlockable means you can unlock it, or it means you cannot lock it? Wait, what? Does unlockable mean you... Yeah, it means... it can be unlocked. It means you can unlock it. Yes, yes, it means you can unlock it, because it is unlockable. It is able to be unlocked. Yes. Yes. Yes! Got a shiny Bouffalon. Did you really? Shoutouts. But what about you cannot lock it? But you can lock it. See, that's what you're not thinking about. You can lock it. Not lockable? Do you say unlockable? Wait, what about if you cannot unlock it? Do you say unlockable? No, you say it is not unlockable. You say it is unlockable. No, I said you cannot lock it. But you can. You're hurting my brain right now. It is unlockable. You cannot lock it. If you cannot lock it, then it is unlockable. If you cannot lock it, it is unlockable. You're brain rotting me right now. Y'all, I had so much fun on that Soul Link stream today. Really just me and Rentoid really just used the... Or I should say Rentoid used the craziest strat. Mother trucking reflect type. That was so hype. Oh, it means it can be locked. Unlockable equals unlock, can't lock. Not lockable, not able to lock. Is it not lockable the same... Wait. Is not lockable the same as unlockable? No. Wait. If it's unable to be locked... Not lockable is unable to be locked. But unlockable is the act of opening something that is previously locked. On in front, then it should be the opposite. Yes, because you are doing the opposite of locking it. You are unlocking it. Instead of locking something, you are unlocking it. Well, there you go. We already found a shiny. Shiny Sandslash. That thing does not look different at all, but that's fine. Does the word mean both? I actually don't know English, that's SMH. Damn! Slow your roll, Sandslash. Get in this Ultra Ball. No. Oh. 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 I kind of need more leftovers for Mega Blaziken. TBH, IMO, realest dudes in the room. Get the ball! Nice. Shiny acquired. We've already got a shiny. Look, let's keep a shiny count, chat. We got one shiny so far. Close enough, right? I don't know. I made it up. Did you do Pokedoku today? I have not. I have not done Pokedoku in a while, actually. Hard Stone. I don't even know if I want that. I mean, it is obviously good for Diamond Storm. I don't know if I'm going to be using Diamond Storm with Blaziken anymore. I might. I don't know. What the frick? Dugtriot. Do it right now. I'll do it in a bit. I just started on the Pokerogue. There's a shiny event going on, so I want to get as many shinies as I can. What I'm really trying to get is candy jars. There we go. And I can rock it up and... Damn! We got a lot of shinies on our team now, so our luck is actually pretty goated. Actually, Gamaf, maybe you can help me out. Gamaf and Alex, if you're here. Maybe you can help me out. So I've been having a little internal crisis. So I recently found out about mic filters, right? So I've been using one, but on my YouTube videos, I've noticed that whenever I yell or speak louder, it kind of cuts me off in like a really weird way. So I'm going to turn off my mic filter for a second. And I want you to tell me if it sounds any worse or better than it has before. So I just turned it off. So like, is there like more background noise or anything? Do I sound better? Do I sound worse? Do I sound the same? Let me know. Fudge. My man Prier. To me, it's slightly worse. Like, you mean like slightly worse right now? Or with the filter it was worse? Woo! Basically, I want to see if the filter has actually been hindering my audio or actually have been helping it. Why are candy jars so hard for me to find? Like when you changed just now and after you said now. Well, okay, so you're saying now it's worse. Okay. That's fine. So I guess I'll turn the filter back on. I think it's fine whenever I'm just like speaking normally, but the moment I start yelling is when it becomes like really bad. Noise gate. I wonder what that does. What the heck? Did that do anything? How's that? This is kind of new. Noise gate. I don't know what that means. Noise gate changes the level of noise it takes for the mic to activate. Oh, Abby with the carry? See, I'm learning a lot about mic filters recently because I've been doing the YouTube videos. So it'll be completely silent until you go over the threshold. I see. So when I'm actually talking, do you still hear like the background noise or? Because it seems like, okay, so basically what you're saying, when I'm not talking, like the mic actually isn't picking it up, right? Probably does not hear like my computer fan or anything because it's not picking it up. I don't hear any background noise to start with. I suppose that's fair. Okay, so with no, maybe I'm just being a little too anal, which is very possible, right? So let's say I delete all the filters. But did hear you tapping a moment ago. That went away with the noise gate. Tapping. Oh, as in like maybe my controller? Maybe my controller can not being heard is actually kind of a benefit. So now I have it off, right? Now the filter's off. So can you hear my controller now? See, we're test boys right now. Yep, can hear the controller. And when I turn it back on, Let's see here. Noise gate. Okay. So now it's on, right? Maybe that'd actually be better, because I don't want to compress my own voice. But I do want to cancel out, like, any, like, background noise, like my controller, right? So, like, you can't hear my controller, like, thumping at all anymore, right? Because if so, that's kind of perfect. Can't hear the controller. Obviously, if you're talking at the same time, you will still hear it. I see. Which makes sense. That might be the play, though, for the YouTube videos, because what I've noticed recently, I just recorded another Isaac list this morning with Turt. What I've noticed that's so aggravating about it is that whenever I yell, right? Because, you know, I'm a boisterous kind of guy, right? That's part of my character that I like to play. You know, hey, yo, another shiny. That's shiny number 2. Let's freaking go. I wonder if I should catch this. Shiny, honestly, maybe I should. Because it'll have Salt Cure, right? That's actually kind of very relevant. Maybe even just to get Salt Cure on Mega Blaziken. You know what? I kind of agree with that. Would I have to get rid of Gourgeist? Probably. Because Salt Cure is very useful in this game. And it's shiny. It kind of is perfect, isn't it? I wouldn't be against getting Sturdy on this either. Let's actually do it. I'm totally down. I am going to lose a Reviver Seed on this Gourgeist, which kind of sucks, but whatever. He freaking got my ass on the watch. Damn it. Come on, man. They're really gonna make me use a Master Ball in this thing. I mean, I'll do it if I need to. Wonder if I could, like, make him want to do something else. Like, if I switch to, like... Oh! Maybe he won't click it on a Ghost type. Hold on. Oh, that's sturdy! Yo! Huge! Man, do be having Salt Cure. He'll probably click Explosion again. Can you just, like, get in the ball? This is so aggravating. Whatever. I'll just chuck a Master Ball. It's not that big of a deal. But what if I believe? You know, you ever think about the idea, or just the ideal of believing? You ever think about the fact that we could just catch this W after a Leech Seed? Look, that's some damage. Oh shoot, he just healed it right back. Fudge! Come on, man! Alright, fine. I'm just chucking a Master Ball. I'm just chucking a Master Ball. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Saints Ray Garganacl has an Emerald Rogue and I hate it. Oh, really? Yeah, it probably is the same sprite, isn't it? Probably uses, like, from the same 2D, what's it called? So weird to me. The rest of the line looks good, it's just Garganacl. Yeah, it does look a little odd, doesn't it? The more I look at it. I mean, it's fine, but, like... I don't even know what it is. My man got modest. I'll get rid of Gourgeist for this. I don't need Gourgeist. It does kind of stink that I'm losing a stage 2 shiny, but whatever. You win some, you lose some. God damn, a second Garganackle? What the fudge? I got 2 shiny Garganackles. That's 3 shinies so far. That's kind of crazy. The same shiny twice in a row. Did that just... Oh, are you serious? You really hit me through Zippy's app? What an asshole. Come on, man! Figaro tried to copy Abby and failed. I mean, it did better than me, Lamau. At least I think it did. Oh, what? You mean Pokerogue? No, I think that's extremely debatable, Abby. I mean, maybe from a popularity standpoint, but I absolutely think that is less so about the game itself and more so just the fact that it's a web game. Like, I think if Emerald Rogue was a web game, it would probably be just as popular. I actually think that's the main difference there. Like, just like playability is such a huge thing for this game, right? And again, like a lot of people don't know, like, just the idea of ROM hacking is not very well known. Like, for example, people in like high school, right? Like, or even just like, even younger grades, like they might know about this game from watching from YouTubers. All they have to do is just look up Pokerogue. But if you're trying to play Emerald Rogue, like, you need to have a computer. I mean, hell, you can play this game on phone. That is crazy. I absolutely think it's just a playability thing. Don't worry, next update is going to carry. I'm coping. I think it will. I mean, I'm going to like it a lot more. I already still, to this day, still like Emerald Rogue more than this game. I've mentioned it many times already, but the only reason why I'm choosing to play this right now is because, well, first of all, it's new. It's something I haven't been playing. And also because I think this game's grind is a little bit more entertaining. Generally, I don't like to do like achievements in game if it's just for the satisfaction of completing an achievement. I like unlocking stuff, so. And it's the exact reason why I love Dead Godding Isaac so much, because you unlocked an item or a challenge, or you unlocked, or a mechanic. You unlocked something with each achievement that you completed in Isaac, right? Which I think is kind of genius. But then I can't play it on my GBA! Spoiler alert, Abby. I don't know if you knew this. You know, I don't want, I hate to break your spirit, but did you know that the Game Boy Advance is over 20 years old now? I don't know if you knew this. Did you know that anybody under the age of 20 most likely does not have a Game Boy Advance? I do wonder if I need to do more to make the grind more fun. I would recommend it personally. I think that that's like, I mean, not like too much, just like unlocking mechanics and like, personally, I don't know, man. I think like, you know, here'd be a crazy idea. Maybe make it so that starters, this is probably going to be a bit too much of a drastic change to your game. But what if you could only get starters of the mons that you complete a run with? So then you're unlocking more starters for future runs, but you have to complete a run with those mons alive, right? It gives you a good reason to keep them alive in the final battle as well, right? But again, like, you already have the whole Safari Zone, like, figured out. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to say what is exactly, like, the correct way to go about that. But, you know, just spouting ideas. I do think the Safari Zone's a little too freeing, honestly. But I do have a GBA counter. And are you over 24? I mean, are you over 20 years old? What did I just say? What did I just say? You're over 20 years old. I also have a GBA. But I'm also over 20 years old. I made this for me. Oh, well then there you go. To be fair, you can patch ROMs using phones nowadays. But it's still a hassle. Yeah. Like for anybody who's like, for the average schmo, they're not going to understand what patching even means. You know what I mean? Like patching a ROM. Hell, for ages until, I want to say before even, before you brought up the idea of like, it's annoying getting let me put it this way. Dolphin, they only got their hacks and ROMs from those off-brand sites. Meanwhile, I was the only one that actually preferred to patch the ROMs. So I was, you know, getting the official download and all that. And also, like, you miss updates a lot of times when you go off those off websites, and viruses could happen. But Dolphin didn't like patching, so they did it the simple way. Hoping the rival is going to make it more enjoyable, and the quality of life improvements are going to speed up runs quite a bit. I never play it because of game dev's curse. I see. So I did change the way leveling works, which is kind of similar to what you're referencing. There are no rare candies in the hub now. I'm so glad. I actually thought that was one of the dumbest things in the game. I mean, I still made use of it because at the time I was racing Dolphin to do all the achievements and stuff, and it was just the most optimal way to play the game, was just over leveling your starter and just going into a run. But it was so dumb. That should never have been a feature. Like, just going into a run with a level 100 Mon, like, that's so stupid. Like, it's not even a game at that point. Obviously, you don't need to do that. I'm just saying, like, I've brought this up a lot, too. I think limiting the player in a lot of ways can make a more fun experience. Just the idea that you can make the game, like, a lot, like, just way easier is honestly very annoying in a lot of ways. Damn! Fudge! Really just O-code me from full. Can you catch this Hydro Steam, please? Steam Eruption, that's what I meant. Let me hit this burn real quick. How did I miss 4 30% burns? Oh, but I flinched. Let's go. There are no rare candies in the hub. You gain levels on the partner mons. This freaking... This Sand Slash is kicking my ass. Is there a way I can do this better? If I use Sacred Sword, will I still miss? Oh my god. I hate everything. I'm gonna cry. You have Sturdy? Yes. I need to get a DNA Splicers, by the way. That moment when you don't have a Lumberry. Alright, now I'm gonna hit my move. Watch me. God. Why is this Sand Slash kicking my ass? This is actually terrible. I might just have to Master Ball him just to, like, not lose all my crap. Bro. I just realized I never moved over the Dragon Claws that I got from the last Eternatus fight. Maybe if I haze. I'm getting a little peeved. I'm getting a little peeved. Alright, please just die. I don't care anymore. Oh, stop it. I mean, this is really annoying for gameplay, but this is endless mode, to be fair. The classic mode doesn't really get this bad. You know what I should try? You know what? I've never done this before. Are you ready? I gotta play. I gotta play. Watch this, watch this. I just watched Hoodlum Callum's video on Endless. Hold on. Hold on. Watch this, watch this. You ready for this? You ready for this? Wait. Fudge. Do it again. Fudge! He misses. Do it again. Easy. We run, boys. Every day of the week, we stay running. The true Giga Chad play, run. I want to actually read what Abby sent about her game. Can't infinitely grind out Safari either, as you are literally recatching the same mons, so run out if you don't go on more adventures. On the partner mons you go on an adventure with to give it access to stronger moves and evos, but the level always resets to level 10. That sounds awesome. Sounds much better. Can't infinitely grind out the Safari either, as you are literally recatching the same mon, so run out if you don't go on more adventures. The rare candies were left over from way back in version 1.0 before quests even existed. They were entirely meant to let you skip the early game. But obviously that changed the introduction of quests, and skipping just became a thing that you never did anymore. But now you had a level 50 plus mon that just lived half the game. So very obvi needed a rework for 2.0. Sand slash better than Zippy Zap. It's true. I don't really have a great option for ground types. Just in general. Interesting. Sounds great. But yeah, if we're talking about other ways to make Emerald Rogue more of a fun grind, I don't even think that it's like a bad grind. I already think it's gonna be a million times better with upgrading the bag space. I already think that's a great idea. It's hard for me to think of other ways that wouldn't like basically require an entire rework either. Oh my god, I hate the enduring thing. If there's one token that I could choose to get rid of from this freaking game, it's the endure token. It pisses me off. Like, bro, if I can kill them on, just let me kill it. You have a couple meta progression features that will speed up the grind / make adventures easier, to be fair. I've mentioned the daycare before. You might have, but just remind me so I can be reminded. Bro, why is this slow? Please. Why? Why does it do this every now and then? It's just odd. But yes, please explain the daycare to me yet again, so that way I can comment on it. Bro, why is it so slow? This is making me cry. But no, I still think that Emerald Rogue has plenty of niches over this game. Like, I mean, like, I shouldn't even say the word niches. Like, it just has a lot over this game. I think even just from a gameplay perspective, like, the idea... I mean, I almost want to even say that this game feels a little... Well, no, I can't say that either, because passives... Passives are what make the combat in this... the combat in this game engaging, and unlocking passives is fun, obviously, but... Without that, I think it's actually a little too similar to base Pokemon, right? Like, I respect the fact that Emerald Rogue, like, has, like, the... I call it the Nuzlocke effect of, like, making battles hype, right? Because your Pokemon die whenever they faint. You know, it makes you play the battles differently than how you'd play a regular Pokemon game, which I think is a good thing. It's a lot more interesting. And it inherently causes a lot more, like, hype scenarios where you get out of a crazy fight. And I'd also argue Emerald Rogue is just a more engaging challenge. I don't necessarily know if it's harder or not. The problem is, I think both the games are pretty hard. like in their normal difficulties, like Emerald and Pokerogue. But I think Pokerogue is hard for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Like the first time I finally beat Pokerogue, I didn't even feel that satisfied. I just felt like, oh, I did it. You know what I mean? But with Emerald Rogue, like, I don't know. I feel like it does feel like its own, it felt like a fair challenge, you know what I mean? Hey, shiny number 4. This is a cool looking shiny. It barely looks different but for some reason I like it. Alright, the daycare is basically an NPC you can find, oh shoot. It's basically an NPC you can find at only a new rest stop. You can interact with them. Oh, you have talked about this. To deposit them on that you can pick up later. So sort of like temporary PC with limited restriction on how you access it. It's actually so interesting. That's kind of a genius stop. Obviously you choose to go to it or not. But like, God, I can see that being so useful. Like, let's say you get like a Dreepy, like super early game, right? Dreepy sucks ass. Even Dracloak is not good. It's not good until it becomes a Dragapult, which is going to be way later into the game. So imagine you put that Dreepy in, like, Gym 1-2 split, and then you could grab it late game and immediately evolve it into a Dragapult. That's actually kind of goated. Wait, I love that. You can increase the number of for meta progression, you can increase the number of slots it has currently from 1 mon to 3. Oh, okay. You also put a mon in the daycare in the hub, and then withdraw it in the run. So it's a way to smuggle an extra mon into a run. Oh. Oh, I'm thinking that you're talking about... Oh, okay. So the daycare, you're putting the mon in for the hub. I see. I guess that's interesting as well. There's also an end game upgrade which gives you a key item to remotely access the daycare from anywhere. Oh shoot, that's amazing. That's a good unlock. See, that's a good meta progression key item. Oh, there should be more like cool key items like that, I think. That's actually really cool, right? Or how about a key item that like upgrades over time that lets you reteach moves, right? Because you know there's so many times where like in Emerald Rogue, like you really need a better moveset on a mon right away, but there is no rest stop that you can actually use. That could be a good idea, I think. Like a key item that like has limited uses in a run, but like that lets you relearn moves like on the fly no matter where you are. Could be really useful. And again, it could be meta progression things, like you get more charges depending on how much of a task you have done in the overall meta progression. Exactly, my thinking was it would be such a good choice to store early pseudos. Yeah, I think that's genius. Nope, you understood correctly the first time. You could deposit mons mid-run. Alright, let's go. No, I actually like that. That's hype. You already could reteach level up moves whenever you want in the party screen. Oh, really? PLA style. Okay. That's good. That's part of the quality of life / speed up, so you don't get the would you like to learn XYZ move prompt. Right! Of course. I like that. Yeah, it's probably for the best. I do actually like the idea of more key items, though. Like, because you brought up the whole daycare thing. I think more, like, use key items in the run could be an interesting way of, like, unlocking meta progression stuff. Like, items are just fun to use, right? Like in any game. I need a DNA splicer's like stat. I'm gonna roll for that. I wonder if there's a... I mean, hell, a good key item could be re-rolling. Oh, how about just a way to re-roll a route? Oh, that'd be perfect. How about a key item that, like, resets your route? So, like, you know, like, whenever you beat a gym and then you go to the new, like, paths? Like a way to re-roll which paths are next could be really good. I actually really like that. Because, you know, there's a lot of times where you want a specific type of mon, or you need a full rest stop. Reroll the path is a cool idea. Yeah, I think that could work. Obviously, that's something, like, you'd unlock. But, and again, like I said, like with the other thing, like, maybe getting multiple charges that you can unlock over time for doing specific quests or something. That could be really fun, right? Just gives the player more fun stuff to do. I think rerolling in any roguelike is like such a... It's such a just simple, like, way to manipulate RNG in your favor, but it's just so much fun. I mean, hell, this is fun. Look, like, could you imagine how long it would take for me to get these freaking DNA splicers if I couldn't reroll? I just rerolled like 10 times. Like, you know? Dude, that could be a really good idea, I think. Salt Cure. Honestly, I really like Diamond Storm, but in hindsight, I don't actually think the sharply boost defense is as good as I think it is. Then again, you know what? If I'm gonna keep Garganacl on Mega Blaziken, let's just say screw it. Right? I don't need High Jump Kick. He's not gonna be a fighting type anymore. I'll run both. Explosion. No. I think that should work. A little non-intrusive pop-up when you unlock move. I really like that idea. Reroll the path's a cool idea. I'm glad that you like it. That's honestly a genius idea. Like, you need a good encounter, but you just don't have it. Yeah. And then you could use one of your key items, right? I mean, I think, honestly, like, God, this kind of came into my head out of nowhere, but I actually think key items are just so, like, that could be so good for Emerald Rogue, right? Like, just in general. Like, because there's a lot of, like, unique things that you could do, right? I mean, hell, and that's one of the things that are really fun to get in this game. Like, even just getting a mega... What if you have to find a mega bracelet? I don't know if that'd be better or not. But either way, like, a lot of these items that you get, like, within a run are just really interesting as well. I don't like the XPL, though. I wish that wasn't in the game, honestly. Like, I wish it just automatically did the XPL. I mean, some of these are a little bit more too OP. I don't know, maybe this isn't exactly what I'm trying to say. Just, like, using items in general. Lock Capsule's perfect, right? Like, this is a great example of an item that you get that, like, changes the way you play the game. Like, I mean, this is, like, a necessity in a Pokerogue run, right? Like, it makes how you play the game different. Wonder what existing key item I could repurpose. So you're actually down to use the reroll path idea? Hey, we thought of a good idea, chat. I've done it. Yes, sir. I love that. I might be able to think of one. Granted, I do think that the reroll, I mean, the key items probably have to affect the hub. Well, not the actual, like, in-game hub, but I mean, like, not in battle, because... Well, I guess it could do in battle, couldn't it? Yeah, you could! Because, like, I mean, hell, in Fire Red Leaf Green, you could use the Poke Flute, right? To wake Pokemon up. So maybe you could use certain key items for battle effects. I don't know how hard that would be to implement, but... that could be interesting. How about like a one-time use like Haze? Like get rid of all the buffs on the field, right? Granted, that'd be insane for this game, more so than Emerald Rogue, but, you know, there's a lot of times where I was playing Emerald Rogue and I was fighting, like, I don't know, Shadow Rider Calyrex, and it was sweeping my whole ass team. It had, like, +4 special attack, and there you go. Like, from Nasty Plots, you use the one-time haze, and then boom. That could save your run, right? I think I'm getting a little too ahead of myself, though. I gotta think of the item for the what's it called? And because it's like one of your key items, it's not like something you have to pick up in the run. So it's, again, it's fun to unlock. Because like getting an item like that inside of a run, it's not like impactful. It's a little too niche, right? Like if you pick that up in the middle of a run, it's like, maybe it'll come in handy. But if it's a meta progression thing, you can bring it to every run. I think it'd be a lot more useful because, you know, over the course of many runs, you're going to experience many situations where a mon setting up could ruin your entire run, right? In which case, you might actually get that situation where you could use the one-time haze. I like to use existing items as sort of a nod to the franchise. I think that's really cool, yeah. I gotta think of something for the reroll routes. There's gotta be a good one. God, I don't know. I do have a key item you could find mid-run in a new encounter. You remember the original graveyard encounter? There's a lot of purists who hate the idea of using items in battle, so not sure if that'd be too great an idea. Well, that's like, the thing is that like it depends on the challenge, right? Like there's quests already that are for players that don't want to use items in general, right? I mean, hell, there already is a quest in previous update that doesn't want you to use the bag, right? Or they don't want you to use healing items or whatever it is. Ban those too for those certain quests. Easy mode already has a lot of additional features now. Switch mode, affections in easy mode. That's so funny. They'd be the ones who would likely use it the most. It doesn't really help them much over what's already there. Old C map, that's the item, bro. What, for the reroll routes? That sounds fun. I'm for it. Sounds hype. But yeah, that would be fun. I actually wonder if there's like an idea for rerolling like items, because obviously rerolling items is really useful. I think if instead of items, it would probably be better to just reroll the shop, right? Shop rerolling would make a lot of sense for Emerald Rogue, I think. Hell, it could even basically be the exact same thing as rerolling the routes, just you using a different key item. I don't know exactly how it would work. It would probably just have to spawn you into a different, like, shop area, right? There you go. Maybe it's just the same generic reroll item. Well, I don't know if it should be multi-purpose, because I think that like there's different reasons to reroll routes and reroll shops, right? Like they have different purposes. I also think having more things that you can unlock, like for meta progression, is probably a better thing, right? Like when I said earlier, I think like getting more charges for the old C map is probably better than just letting the player have one and you get one reroll for the entire run. Like, I think having the option to actually, like, reroll multiple times over the course of, you know, gaining that extra meta progression, I think could be really good. Oh, shoot. Hi. What? Oh, I was playing with him.
Clearly.
Clearly, how was work?
That was muy working.
It was my working.
But you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. All lefties on school.
No, mom says she can't go tomorrow.
I told Connor to go take off a Saturday or a Sunday since he can't.
She told me yesterday.
Since he couldn't do Sunday of Mother's Day.
I was like, well, you can ask him to, but
Well, I can't.
I don't think he'll do it. That's what I said. I'm like, those are his money we're making days.
Bro, that's the only days that I make money.
Yeah, that's what money making days are called.
Yeah.
The only days you make money.
Beep, boop, beep.
Anyways, I went and got my hair fixed. Do you like it? You don't
Nice.
like it?
I do.
How was your reaction? Unfortunately, she had to chop off more than I would have liked. Because she had to make the two halves even. But you know, hair be growing.
Hair do be growing.
And I like it.
I do.
Why did you react like?
Well, because from here it looks kind of messy.
Yeah, because my hair does not tolerate water.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they just spray it and then my hair has been drying. I have to go wash it. Still smells like that.
So, okay, so you went to a different place, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other day, Andrea, before graduation, she went to get her hair done, and they freaking messed up their hair. It was like $50, like of my money. I'd like to add, it was wasted.
No, you'll get a refund.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a refund now because Andrea put on her Karen mode, and and got the money back, which is good. I'm glad you did. Because, oh wait, I got ahead of myself. Basically, her hair was like completely messed up. Like one strand was like this, and the other was like this. Like they were like very uneven. It was pretty bad. Like, I can't even believe like this is supposed to be like a bougie like haircut place, and they messed up so bad. So then Andrea called in saying, oh yeah, and then the people there were like, oh yeah, come back in and we'll fix it for you. We'll get the same person to fix it that messed up the first time. And Andrea's like, no, I don't trust the person that messed up the first time. Which I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't either. Of course, not the same charges. I was thinking of a way I could integrate Looker into the game somehow. I wonder if he should be the NPC who gives you the item. That could be fun. Looker gives you like the key items, or even just the old team map. But yeah, I do think rerolling shops and rerolling routes are both like equally as fun for the player to do. Because there's a lot of times in Emerald Rogue where, and, I could also see rerolling shops for money though. Like spend money to reroll shops. That could be interesting. But I also like using the key item. I mean, the key item could just do it for free, and you could also have the option to do it for money. I don't know. I wonder what would be better. To be fair, shops do have more in them than they used to, so I wonder if that's even useful. What, rerolling shops? I mean, it definitely will. I guess eventually you're still gonna have that final shop in the game that has everything, right? So you could still get like a full decked out team. I actually still wonder if that's even like the correct design decision. I do like it in a vacuum. Like when I'm actually playing the game, obviously I like it. But I wonder if it's a little too freeing, right? Because like there's like legitimate excitement in getting like a really good item. or a really good move set for your Mon. Like, I mean, hell, like, I do actually wonder if it's smarter to not let the player have all that. That is pretty standard for Pokerogue at this point. You have to get to the end game to have it all there. It only really happens for the final fight. Yeah, it's probably fine. I just think like there's more unique runs from having it never happen. Maybe there seems to be more unique items in general, like to find within a run. Although I guess the positive curses are in the game now, right? I actually haven't played the game that long for when like the perk items are in, or the positive curse. I don't even remember what they're called, but I actually really did like that feature. I'm excited to play more with it in the new update. I just got 2 adamant in a row. That's crazy. Oh, Diggersby though? Wait, please be pickup. Hold on. Hold on. This Diggersby looks ugly. Wait, is this really what Diggersby's shiny is? I need to look this up. This is terrible. Hold on. What is that? Shiny number 5? Ugh, this crap ugly. Why do you look like that? The charms. Yeah, I think the charms should be buffed, honestly. Like if you lose, it's because of skill, not RNG. Yeah, you might be right, Abby. You're probably right. I think that there is skill in like a lot of roguelikes despite the luck. Like for example, in Isaac, like I'd still consider that game to be 99% skill, as much RNG as there is in it, because there's a way to make the RNG go in your favor. You know what I mean? Like with rerolls and stuff like that, and manipulating item pools. Like, I can't think of a single time, unless you're playing as like one of the really hard characters in that game, that you can't win any single run. Oh shoot, he's too strong. I'm just gonna Master Ball him. Adamant and pickup? Wait. Well, this is my new pickup, Mon. Time to get rid of Weon. Okay, let's transfer everything off of you then. That's actually such a boon. Correct. Correct. So we're putting Diggersby onto Weon. Yes. Apricot. That doesn't matter. Yo, the Wellspring Mask, no. Damn, I have 21 Silk Scarfs on this thing? I mean, I guess aesthetically it doesn't matter, because after I unsplice it, it's still gonna have all the same stuff, right? Yeah, it's fine. Alright, let's unsplice in the next battle. Soothe Bell's fine. Yo, Diggersby though? That's my man, Diggersby. That is actually such a massive pickup to get a shiny pickup on. So let's unsplice Lanoon. So we just have the 2-star Whimsicott. We're gonna put a shiny Diggersby on there to put pickup onto it. That's gonna be really good. Yeah, and it still has all its stuff. Nice. I really love that shiny Whimsicott. It's so cute. I'm gonna be so good that it feels like a no-brainer to pass up the chance, but also not like broken good. It's hard to balance. I think that honestly there should be some charms that just are ridiculous. Like I think especially in a roguelike, like some things in a game are meant to be overpowered, right? It's the same reason why I think it's actually a smart game decision that not every Pokemon is the same as each other. Like it's meant to, there's meant to be some stinkers, right? But then there's a lot of just really good ones, right? It gives you something to hype over. Like, you know, when you find Brimstone in Binding of Isaac, everybody knows Brimstone's like one of those like godlike items, right? You get it and you're like, hey, yo, hog. And it then becomes like something like recognizable for the run, right? You literally go to the charm route just to get one specific charm and bank on getting that. Hell, there you go. Let us reroll charms as well. Like, rerolling is, like, such a given. I mean, every roguelike has, like, reroll... well, not every roguelike, but most roguelikes do have a way to reroll items and such. Hades has it. Isaac has it. Hell, this game does. Candy jar, let's go. Fire Priven, you can work around the luck by facing the Elite Four and the champ by that point. Yeah. No, you're right. I think you're probably right in that. I also, I don't know. I mean, it's probably fine. The way that it is, I don't even think is an issue. I'm kind of just like nitpicking at that point. I don't think that the final shop having everything that you can have is a negative by really any means. I mean, I still enjoy it. It's not like I feel like I'm like... It's not like I feel like I'm breaking the game by getting any set I want. I just think it's a little more bland, maybe. Like, at the end of every run, I always have like a very competitively like sound team, but at the same time I still need the money for all that stuff, and that's only, you know, I was able to get that money because I played good enough at that point, so it's probably just fine as it is. That's my man Pickersby. Design stance thing. I generally want people to wipe during the E4 or first champ most of the time, and if they get to the final champ, only to wipe rarely. I guess I can kind of see that. Like, the final champ is meant to be like a bonus, I guess. I don't even think that really needs changing, to be fair. I just think, like, adding the rerolls is going to be such a massive, like, change for Emerald Rogue, I think, in a really good direction. Ooh, lefties. Yeah, I can see it being funky to balance. Web of the Final Boss hurts, but to wipe in the build up to it feels more par for the course for Emerald Rogue. Yeah, I think so too, honestly. Like I said, that's like not really, because it's still fun at the end of the day. So it really doesn't matter. Like that's clearly designed well already. Like, I don't even think that really needs changes. But yeah, I actually agree with you a lot. I think the charms should be even better. The charms are like, God, from the little bit that I have played with the charms, a lot of them, like, they just seem really nice, yeah. And again, it makes every run feel very unique, right? Maybe this would be something to possibly consider. Maybe it doesn't need to be. I've been playing the God of War Ragnarok Valhalla mode. That's a roguelike mode of the game. Super, super fun. That game doesn't let you have, like, it lets you have a limited amount of perks, which in this case are the charms in question, right? What if you have a limited space? Or hell, what if the charms take up space in your bag? Oh shoot, maybe they already do. Well, that could work. Even just taking space in your bag, like, yeah, it's a passive perk that's really useful, but it still takes space in your bag. That works. Never mind. Because then you can't just completely deck yourself out with whatever perks you want, or whatever charms you want. They don't take up space, but you have a very limited amount of chances to actually pick them up. I suppose that's valid. There's only 2 out of 3 encounter spawns for Dark Deal during most runs. The frickin' devil deals. I really didn't play much of the last update for Emerald Rogue, did I? It's a shame. I think I got a little too butthurt about the what's it called? The BST challenge thing. So I just kind of stopped playing it. It's a bummer because I actually think even from the last update, there's a lot of things that I haven't really experienced much of, have I? Because I feel like I haven't even played the game that much with all that stuff. You get too addicted to Racing Dolphin. True. We don't talk about the BST Cup. It's a shame. There is actually a lot of stuff in the previous updates that I probably just haven't even experienced that much of. But I'm not like too upset about myself at it because again, there wasn't like as much incentive to do the quests. And I'm assuming, I mean, you've been saying this whole time that you're working on that, so I'm assuming that that'll be a lot better now. So I'm excited for that. Oh, that's right. I need DNA splashes. I forgot. ADHD'd out again. Pokerogue has the Manaphy Egg incident. Emerald Rogue has the BST Cup. What is the Manaphy Egg incident? What is that? I saw that on the title screen. I'm actually excited at the idea that rerolls are going to be in Emerald Rogue. That actually sounds like so much fun. Perfect. Boom. Diggers be though the diggers be though be. Is grass ground a good typing? Actually don't know. Yeah, new pickup mon, dual shiny. Look at that little blue and yellow sparkle. I do love the concept, so I wanted to make the BST Cup into a challenge quest. I don't know, but I've seen it on the title screen. Oh, you don't know what it is either. I do like the concept. Yeah, making it a quest sounds like a very fair, and also like a nice little nod to the dark past that was, you know? Sounds like a good idea to me. I generally think it's better to not just ignore like little negative stuff like that and rather like embrace them, right? Pokerogue now is the dev leaving incident. I was wondering if that was gonna get brought up in this stream, but yes. It does indeed. I do have a fun challenge with the curses in mind, by the way. It's super simple. A new snowball curse. which just adds a random curse every time you get a new badge. Wait, that sounds awesome. Very cool idea. But yeah, Silence, welcome to the stream. Me and Abby are currently talking about ways to make Emerald Rogue more replayable and interesting, I think. Well, I already think the game is interesting for in run. Maybe the word I'm looking for is unique, right? We actually thought of an idea to do rerolls for like shops and routes, so I think that'll be fun. Oh, I love this Cloyster shiny. This is actually one of my favorite shiny Pokemon. Fun fact about this shiny, in Sacred Gold Storm Silver, Drayano ROM hack, Dre actually added an event in the Kanto part of that game, where he made like an outburst of Cloyster in Fuchsia City. It's one of my favorite parts of that game, actually, and it's like, it all ends with you fighting like the boss Cloyster. It's like the boss of the mob, and it's a shiny Cloyster. It's very, very cool. I love that event in that game. God, that's why I'm so excited for Sacred Gold Storm Silver version 2. Like, Heart Gold Soul Silver, like, because it has all of the Pokemon sprites, like, already in the game, like, there's so much potential for, like, handcrafted events like that, you know? I'm so excited for that game. Time to stop. How ridiculous has the game gotten, Silence? Are you still, like, killing things, or are you using, like, Oh, wait, did I ever... Bro, I'm throwing! I have 18 Dragon Fangs that I never gave over. Are you using, like, niche, like, text to actually get the, things you need? Or get past the levels you need to get past? BST Cup quest, I guess I'll just make it beat the game with only using mons with 300 BST or lower, and then set up a curse to help spawn baby mons in the routes. I think, like, to put it easier, Abby, like, if you activate the... Well, yeah, I guess... Never mind. Yeah, that'll work. I was gonna say you do a separate, like... But yeah, you don't really activate quests for that game automatically. Like, you just go into a run, and then some runs you might say, hey, I could do this quest. It's worth to leave one team spot open to catch mons for their items. Yeah, I've been doing that a lot. So that way you could splice them or transfer them over. Actually, I should check if that Cloyster has anything. I just never melt. I just got a shiny Diggersby, by the way. Like, I got both the mascots of the Later Manor channel combined together, by the way. Whimsicott and Diggersby, though. Worsby with pickup. I catch bosses I'm kind of weak against, and I only reroll golden items and rare candies. Makes sense. How many shinies are we at now? We're at 6 shinies, I think. What the frick is this thing fused with? Oh, our bomb's a cod, right? Okay. Oh shoot, your fairy type, I'm dumb. It should have been Cottonsby. I'm throwing. Hard to argue against a Master Ball, right? But the main reason I'm doing this stream today of all days is because apparently there's a shiny event going on. I only found out because Callum's stream popped up in my recommended, and his thumbnail said 1 in 11 chance of finding a shiny. I was like, hot damn, I gotta get on that grind. Hold on. That's a fun little thing that they do. I think just having little events where you can hop onto the game and find more shiny Pokemon, I think that's fun. I hope you realize every time you give me an idea, you push the release back by like a week. That's fine. It'll make a better product. And I get to brag. Look, this is something you're not considering, Abby, all right? It is worth me delaying the game as much as possible so that way I could brag more about features that I managed to convince you to put in, all right? I could be like, hey, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I convinced the legendary Poke Abby to put in a feature into her game. What can I say? What can I say? I'm basically famous. It's not 1 in 11. He corrected himself on stream. Can't remember what it is. 1 in 32, I think? Oh, okay. Still really good, though. Look, it was clickbait. That's what it was. Rentoy said he loved my thumbnail I made for our Pokemon tier list video. He said, it's literally clickbait, but that's the meta. I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I don't even necessarily think clickbait is like necessarily like a bad thing. Like, I mean, it's still based on the video that I made. Fruta!
I don't know if they're still good though. Those open.
I kind of want one though. Ew. No, it looks bad.
Yeah, it doesn't normally look like that, huh?
No.
Sorry, bro. I lost my grandma.
Wait, what'd you say?
I lost my grandma.
Oh, okay, thanks. One day I'll convince Cal to join your stream just so you can brag to him about knowing me better. I think I'd actually be more starstruck of Callum being like in my stream more than I was like for you, Abby. Because I mean, you gotta realize like Callum is somebody I've watched for like my entire life. You know, he basically is a star to me. You know what I mean? I mean, I still respect Abby a lot. Like, obviously. It's just like, this is somebody that like I've watched my whole life. Like, it's crazy. Now that's content. What should I brag about if Callum ever was to show? I probably wouldn't brag, bruh. I'd be a little too starstruck. I wouldn't be able to be my my usual self. I'll try to. I'll try to. Master Ball. As Elf, I'll just Master Ball it. You have 4 Twisted Spoons. That's probably worth it enough to just put on, like, replace Cloister for just to get those. I was a bit starstruck, but I've chatted enough in DMs and stream with him now that we just vibe. Yeah, it makes sense. God, I love that legendary theme so much. God, I'm already so excited for Emerald Rogue though, bruh. Like, just the fact that, like, too, like, the game is sped up. That is such a boon. I'm gonna have to turn off the speed up for the launch stream. Just in general. I mean, obviously I'll find out if it actually is fast enough or not. Like there, but I assume it is. It looks like it was pretty quick. Damn. Oh, I forgot. Maybe one day I could actually meet him. If I decide to not be a gremlin, I'll actually go to a regional. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I'm too much of a gremlin myself, honestly. I should, but I also feel like public events I'm just so bad with, you know? Like, in theory, it sounds like fun to meet, like, people that I like watching, and hell, even meeting, potentially some of my own fans. That's actually kind of cool, huh? Meet people from my small little community. But just in general, like, it's hard for me to get the courage to go into, like, public events like that. Plus, me and Andrea are, like, low-key inseparable. Not trying to be cute or anything. It's just, like, if I go somewhere, she has to go, too. And, I do not think that she would like one of those nerd events. Speed up supports 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times. And also, there's separate speeds for different battles. There's a control for Wild Trainer. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Oh my god. Important. Covers gyms, rivals, team, bosses, and shiny mons. To be fair, me and Kate are much the same. Whenever one of us goes, the other follows. I think Kate is probably, like, more nerdy than Andrea. Like, Andrea is just, like, not nerdy in general. Like, I'd imagine, from the little bits and pieces I know about Kate, I'd imagine that she would still go with you to, like, one of those events. Andrea would not. Andrea would be like, it stinks in here, I'm out. Andrea's low-key a normie, bro. No nerd, no nerd. Carrie's nerdier than me. Oh, really? She does Warhammer Magic and plays World of Warcraft. Okay, Magic is freaking goated though. God, I love Magic. Abby, do you know any good, like, fun, like, board games or any, like, fun games that y'all like to play with each other? More specifically, probably board games, though, because Andrea's not really a gamer. I've always been trying to find games that we could play together that are fun. It's hard with just 2 people, though. Most board games are more fun with, like, 3 or more. Damn, I've lost a lot of money. Shoot. I probably gotta stop. How'd that even happen? Another shiny parasect? Don't I already have one of these? Yeah, whatever, couldn't hurt. What you're looking for board game wise? Just something that, like, I mean, it really could be anything as long as it's fun for 2 different people. Like, just 2 people. I honestly don't even think Emerald Rogue needs to try too much harder to be, like, unique from this game. Like, at all. Because, like, it already is, like, so unique. Like, just doing, again, this is endless mode, but even just the classic mode, like, it's not nearly as much as a fun actual, like, hype battling experience. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think it's close. This is much more brain dead. She's like me and doesn't want anything too intense. I think anything that's rules/numbers crunchy, so prefers simple to follow rules. Alright. That's probably true. I think Andrea's like that too. So give me one like that. Like what's a board game or a game that you like to play with Kate or something? I'm on a journey, especially now that it's summer, because we just have a lot more time to spend with each other. So it'd be fun to have more stuff to do with each other. What'd you say? Another Azelf. Craziest wins is Kingdom Death. Also a pretty intense game to get into. Kingdom Death. I wonder what that's like. But it's a co-op, your party versus an AI. I see. She's pretty competitive, though. I wonder if she might rather go against me. I don't know. Two phases of the hunt and then a village management phase. Yo, it's Gamath. What exactly am I looking for again? Oh, I'm looking for candy jars, that's right. And relic golds. I need more money. Yo, my man, Windtop. Already have Drizzle Polytoad. As the little tabletop figures in the hunt, you attempt to hunt a big creature with a party of 4 without dying or having limbs torn off. Then you basically get to build up the village and craft items with the resources you gather. It's a long game. Played as a campaign. The 2 phases, it takes about 2 or 3 hours. So you basically play 1 round and then come back a little later and continue. That does sound like a blast, but I don't know if it's something she would enjoy. I think it sounds a little too video gaming, you know, like a little bit too, RPG-esque. You know what I mean? That's not something I would love, though. Dark Souls style setting. Well, now I'm even more interested. Oh, I gotta get eggs. I'll actually just grab this. That's fine. Egg gotcha. I actually don't even have that many pulls. I grabbed the wrong one. I'm crying. That's fine for now. Honestly, it's difficult to even think of specific 2-player board games. It is. We're the same way. Like, I mean, I was looking for ages, looking for games that are fun to play with just 2 people, and it's very tough. We play a lot of Boggle, but, you know, it's pretty simple. Like, there isn't too much depth to that, right? It's just a word game. It's kind of like Scrabble. I actually think Mimikyu could be like one of the best mons to catch, just to fuse onto something to get Disguise. But I would honestly want the shiny. At least as of right now, me and Andre just have no friends where we live. So like actually getting 3 people to play a game is like so hard for us. Like I gotta like specifically invite my friends over or something. But, you know, whenever we do have friends over, we usually do play a lot. Couldn't hurt to just grab more Master Balls. Haunted mansion, revealing room at a time. Then after a while, random haunt occurs. Something bad happens. Wait, I think I've seen this game. Have I actually played this? I might have. I just forgotten the title. This description sounds very similar to a game I've played with my friends. It's a lot like a roguelike TBH. It's really accessible. Played with most everyone. I never met anyone who'd enjoy it. I actually think I've played this. I think I had a great time. I don't own it, but I've played it with friends. Got a mother truckin' so bad and done to do be a frickin' so bad. Oh shoot, I threw. Whatever. Just gotta let it go easy. Classic a while back, which was great fun. It's basically a glorified version of hockey. Huh. Festive parties, just set up and let people play. That does sound interesting. Like, what's it called? Foosball. Foosball's goated. Oh, granted, that usually has a big board, but there are portable versions. I can't believe they just made Ursaluna a thing. Going back to called foosball, table football. It's football, bro. No idea if I spelled foosball even correctly. Close. It's probably close enough. I don't even know the exact spelling, to be fair. Football, the football, the football. Huge. So how's my audio been with the noise gate on? Has it sounded just fine? The new goated noise gate. Already called ping pong, table tennis. I love table tennis, bro. Or ping pong, it's the same thing. Bro, I love table tennis. When I was a lifeguard, we had a little, it was at a country club. We had a little, like, I guess games room, like in a little hut, behind the pool. So whenever I went on break, I'd always go to to the game room basically, and I would just like host little like ping pong tournaments with the guests. That crap was so much fun. I would always win. God, that was a blast. Sometimes we would like mess around and do like trick shots, like hit off the wall or like hit on the ceiling, like lob it at the ceiling, bounces onto the table. Just little dumb stuff like that. Yo, Cotney. Yo, Hoppip. Cotney into Hoppip. It's meant to be. Ragu sauce. Anyway. It's been fine, but I never thought your audio was really bad anyway. I see. But I want to be good audio, you know what I mean? I want to be good audio. Table tennis, it was super fun. I was okay, I was never amazing. To be fair, I'm not really that amazing. It's more so the people I was playing against when I was lifeguard just were not that great. It's not like I'm like especially good or anything. I just had fun. Grave Groove has played, so we all got super anal over people breaking the rules and like covering the ball with their hand while serving, or putting their hand on the table when hitting the ball. Oh my god. We do a yearly table tennis tournament at the office. Oh, that sounds fun. I don't go into the office, so I have never competed. You should. You should show them your absolute power. Office is a scary place, I bet. I don't go to office home anymore. Batten. These have battens. That's fine. It's Tornadus! My man got drizzle. Yo, pranks. Wait. We could put prankster on anything. I mean, I'll take it. I guess putting Prankster on Alakazam might be insane, huh? Prankster Haze, yeah. I'd have to get rid of a shiny for it, but maybe that's worth it. And Tornadus is stronger. Well, no, it's faster than Volcanion, but I think it actually is weaker, yeah. I wonder if that's worth doing. Walked past the building a week ago. Almost had a panic attack while walking next to it. It was crazy. Tornadus, Drizzle plus Hurricane. Pff, Mega Pidgeot, No Guard plus Hurricane. Hell yeah. Literally. Oh, fudge. Yeah, I guess that's just to get Tornadus Therian. I don't really care about that, really. I'd rather have the Prankster. I'm wondering if I really want to do that. I like the shinies on Mega Alakazam, though. But man, it's hard to argue against Prankster Haze. That's really useful. Maybe I'll actually do it. Candy jar. Alright, my goal for today's stream, we're gonna end at 1,850. I think that sounds good. God, honestly, I'm so excited to do more of the Soul Link stream with Rentoid. I'm loving that frickin' playthrough so much. Bro, reflect type. I can't stop thinking about it. That was such a hype fight. I was debating dipping and going to sleep, but 1,850 you say? It's not too much further. 2,000 I hear. Check W. No, I'm not going for that long. Hey, yo! What is that, shiny number 8? I forget how to count. We're basically there. Oh! That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Salazzle, stop, please. Bro, what was the Pokemon Company thinking? I mean, this is quad resist, right? Get the ball! I get the feeling I will kill it. Should I just Master Ball it, bro? Please! Get in the ball! See, joke's on you, Salazzle. I'm getting freaking lucky eggs off of you by this happening, so who's the real loser here? Probably still me. Does anyone not save Scum on Endless? How could you not? Like, honestly, Endless is a freaking grind. Oh wait, I was debating about save scumming a bit as well. Regret not doing it. Bro, Silence, you're crazy for not save scumming. Like, Endless is like basically designed for save scum. Fudge. Finally, there we go. The Oblivious. Insane. You have a stronger will than most. Silence does have a strong will. I don't know how he does it. The crazy thing is that, like, I believe him too. There's a lot of my chatters that, like, I just don't believe when they say that they've done certain things. But Silence, I always believe. Like, I'm not even, like, questioning at all that he's done all that he's done without save scumming. The Diamond Storm. I could be so cracked if I didn't fail with my pickup fusion. Yeah, I don't know. I really do think, like, just, like, being as optimal as you can in Endless is honestly a little more engaging than just, like, Praging. Again, this is not, like, I don't value the challenge of Endless at all. I think Endless mode is designed terribly if we're talking about, like, an actual challenging experience. I just enjoy the grind. I like getting stuff. I like getting shinies. You know what? This game has really done something special. It made me care about shiny Pokemon. So I actually love shiny hunting in this game. And honestly, Endless mode is pretty fun to shiny hunt. Getting the 4 shiny charms. Right? 25 max and 30 twisted spoons on level 2250 is kind of crazy. Damn, Connor doesn't believe me. What exactly do you think I didn't believe you on? No, please let me know. I'm curious. Damn! I do kind of want Prankster Haze, but I don't actually know if I want to. Like, would I rather just have the shiny Volcanion? Maybe. Like, I got that A++ luck. Bro, you're telling me Silence didn't save scum and got to S+++? What's going on? I just think Silence is another level of lucky. That's what it is. Like, no save scumming, and he has S+++ luck. Like, what's going on? Everything obvious, SMH. You only believe Wall. How can I not? That's my man Wall of Silence, bro. You see, he stuck through my Persona 3 reload streams. That means I believe in him on everything. We have another connection. You know what I mean? The Persona 3 reload connection, bro. To be fair, my run started at SS luck. Damn! How do you even have that many shinies in the first place, bro? I'm just jealous. S++ luck. My man Palo-san. This is a cool looking shiny, actually. Water compaction. Do y'all think Sandy Gast? Do y'all think that Palo-san would even be OP if water compaction made it immune to water, or at least resist? Because I don't think it would. Even if it was immune, I don't think it would make it OP. Like, I think it would still just be okay. I don't know, man. It just bums me out every time I see it. It has the potential to be such a cool and unique ability, but no. Like, Water Bubble was really in the same generation. Like, what's going on? Candy jar. I do have a lot of 3-star shinies. My only 2-star shiny was Lanoon. Bro, what? I have yet to get a single 3-star shiny. Like, I get that you're further in the run than I am. No, you started the run with 1,000,000 3-star shinies. What's going on? I'm mad. I'm actually aggravated at my lack of luck. What is happening? In IRL, it's actually a meme of how unlucky I am. Same thing with dice rolls. If a dice roll can be uneventful, I will roll it. Not always rolling 1s or 2s, more like 7s on D20. Oh, I see. At this point, I have like 23-star shinies. What's going on? How do you have so many? I'm mad. Sounds really out here be hacking Pokerogue. Like fudge. 20? I don't even have 1. How is it possible? Just enough to not be at the complete bottom, just enough to ever actually do something. Yeah. Yeah, up to 23 star shinies. 23 star shinies. Damn. And Silence is the only person on Earth to have gotten the 23 star shinies. It's actually kind of crazy. The devs put in 23 star shinies, but the only person that can get it is Wall of Silence. Yet I haven't encountered an Absol or Quillfish. Why does that matter? Why specifically Absol or Quillfish? Because 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 23 star. They just assume people would never get past 3. No, literally. Honestly, I want to find more shiny legendaries. Yo, Dreepy. Yo, Staryu. Yo, Ninkata. Yo, Galar Farfetch'd. Yo, Glimmet. Yo, Slackoff. Oh, so for the entire time for this stream, you have yet to hear my controller? That's actually kind of goated for streams, because a lot of times my controller's pretty loud. Yo, I should tell that to Rentoid. Because his freaking keyboard in the Soul Link streams, his melee-ass keyboard. Bruh. It's so bad. His melee-ass keyboard, bruh. Glimmet? Dude, why do you hate Glimmet so much? Let my man Glimmet be. The ice cube, the ice cube, ice cube. I've counted 12 3-star shinies and 148 shinies. Okay, more importantly, you really counted 148 shinies? Bro, I would have given up. Past like 30, I would have been like, alright, there's too many. Maybe my attention span is just shot. Now it shows you the stats in the menu. I counted the 3-star ones. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Never mind. Glad to know that we both have too short of attention spans to actually count. You know, I just realized I have to freaking, I have to do a few things tonight. I have to make a thumbnail for my new Isaac tier list vid. But on top of that, I still have to post the freaking Variety Wednesday poll, bruh. Oh my god, I gotta post that tonight. Because people still have to vote for it for Wednesday, bruh. I'm throwing. What games do y'all think I should put in there? Any recommendations? Found it super early on somehow and thought it was very mid, and then saw the champion had Glamora as her ace and was never more disappointed. Before I did find out recently that Geeta's team is supposed to represent all of the biomes of Paldea. Cool design decision. Crapmon choices. That actually is kind of interesting, huh? That's cool. Still Crapmons though. It's kind of crazy that to this day, Cynthia is still, like, debatably the hardest champion fight. Like, even through power creep. I personally think Leon's might be a little bit, like, more competent. Like, if we're looking at the Mons as a whole. But something about Cynthia's like battle itself was very challenging for the game it was in. Although I guess that's specifically in Platinum. Diamond and Pearl random ass AIs. Terrible fight. Oh, this Victory Bell shiny is so cool. He got blue lips. Yo, blue lipped up Victory Bell. What is that, like shiny 10? This power was quad resisted. And I took that much damage? What's going on? Yeah, Rona. Like, obviously people compare her a lot. Of Cynthia. But Cynthia had an equal variety, but was way more impactful, definitely. Even though she did basically nothing plot-wise in Diamond and Pearl other than give you cut and medicine. I also just think, like, it's probably a big part of it that Cynthia's, like, actual character design is really interesting. Like, Cynthia kind of gives badass in her design. Geeta just looks like... I don't freaking know. It almost looks like they tried too hard with Geeta. And it just looks off for some reason. I feel the same way with Diantha, actually. Like, I feel like they tried too hard to make, like a glamorous champion, or, like, I don't know. And I just think it kind of falls flat a little bit. I feel like it shouldn't be. Like, she just got on all black clothes and long hair. It really shouldn't be that great of a design, but it is. To be fair, I quite like Diantha's design. I don't know. It's something about it. Like, she doesn't give, like, an epic final boss. You know what I mean? I love Leon's design. I actually do like Leon's design too. It's just whenever I think of Leon, all I can think about is the freaking dialogue that pisses me off. I actually really do like Leon's design in a vacuum. It's just like, I'm tired of every single time I'm running into Leon and he says, me and my Charizard, my Charizard, my Charizard. I'm like, god damn it. Stop talking about your Charizard. I get it, you have a Charizard. He's standing right next to you. Charizard's always next to you. You don't have to bring it up all the time. Nothing enough for that cape. That's true. I mean, hell, I love freaking Lance's design. Mostly just because of the cape. I love, what's her name? One of my favorite gym leaders, Claire. She got a cape. Capes are sick. It's so funny that capes look so epic in video games, but in real life, capes look stupid as hell. Capes look so cringe. Me and my Charizard have looked online for Charizard merchandise. We found all sorts of Charizard merchandise at reasonable prices. Like, no, literally, that's what Leon is. Alright, final floor coming up for the stream. Those do look pretty good, I guess, but I guess technically it was not a cloak, not a cape for Leon. Oh shoot, I threw. Whatever. My man, Roaring Moon. Oh my god. Time for this epic battle. What do you have, actually? It's time. Bye. This is exactly what I mean. Like, the battles in this game, I mean, this is basically how it is in classic mode, too. You basically just, like, destroy. I still think, like, this game's best, like, difficulty point is the Elite Four in Classic mode. I don't even think it comes close. Which is why I think, you know, after more updates, like, this game could really have a lot of potential. Like, after having more trainer battles, or even having more floors than Classic, delving deeper. I actually actively hate these tokens as, like, a difficulty modifier. I don't know. I think they're a little cringe and too RNG based. But yeah. Burn Moon holding some roaring spoons, getting ready to roaring goon. Indeed. Okay. I digress. That'll be it for the stream. Thank you, Silence and Poke Abby, for coming out and chilling. This game is too much of make number bigger for my liking. Yeah. I feel the same way, honestly. Again, man, it's fun to grind stuff. That's really like the biggest thing. Like, I mean, hell, I could look at what I have right now, and it's just satisfying. As much as possible on Emerald Road for a reason. Like, even just like looking at this, like this screen alone is what gives me like, it just makes me so happy. Like, bro, look at this. You see all the shinies, the little hidden ability, like, you know, modifier thing. Well, it's not a modifier, but you know what I mean. Like, bro, I got Imposter Ditto, bro. Like, that's sick. And even just going in here, seeing what passive, yo, Gooey Ditto. That's actually such a fitting passive. They definitely could have made a better one, but nice hacked daily score on the left. Damn. Wait, it's literally hacked, isn't it? Fudge. Feel bad. But yeah, I still think this screen is what makes this game work so well. Like, seeing all the legendaries. I mean, hell, like, really think about it for a second. Like, I've caught all of these. Like, just because it's a roguelike and it's quick. Hell, like, I'm working my way towards catching them all. Isn't that kind of crazy? I love this screen so much. Like, how is this not, like, so satisfying, you know? Like, seeing all the shinies, seeing what hidden abilities you have. Does it show the tiers, actually? It does! The little blue shiny. Aw. God, I love this shiny Cottony. Like, I can actually just, like look at passives and, like, look at, like egg moves and stuff, like, for ages, I swear. My man Tapu Koko over here is, what's it called? My man knows withdrawal. God, I really have caught a lot. It probably wouldn't even take that much longer to catch them all. It's kind of crazy. I was gonna think about mimicking that screen for Hall of Fame entries. Ooh, it's a pretty screen. Much less satisfying than that. It's more completionist, right? Even at Absol, I'll trade for a shiny. It'd be kind of cool if you could trade your starters with other players, but I guess maybe that would kind of defeat the purpose. I can see why you can't, to be fair. It's a single player experience type of thing. I could see it both ways, but it'd be fun to trade with viewers and stuff, like different shinies. Trading feels like a cool idea in a vacuum, but I think it just doesn't make sense in Pokerogue. Yeah. No, I feel the same way. Like, in one moment I'll think it's, like, really smart. And, like, you know, it gives you, like, even more reason to catch these unique things, because then you could trade stuff for other stuff. But, yeah, like, Obviously, you'd have to lose. Like, let's say I wanted to trade this shiny shelter. It would have to work like I lose the shiny shelter, and I can't use it in a future run. Right. Apparently, they did have multiplayer on the roadmap. I wonder what they would do. And they want to kind of trade because of shinies. I mean, even like egg moves, like if it couldn't work as perfect, man, because like this game only saves like one of basically the highest of what you have. It would have to save every individually caught Pokemon is the thing. Like, what are you trading? The shiny shelter? No, it would be just like, what I'm saying is it would have to work like it's the specific shelter that I caught. Like, let's say I wanted to trade the one specific shiny shelter I caught. I would trade that. But none of the other buffs, like, it wouldn't have the egg moves, right? Because that's a shelter that I got from an egg, right? It would still be a little weird. I honestly don't even necessarily think it's a good idea. Most shiny hunting I've done since Sword and Shield. Bro, I've never shiny hunted this much. In any Pokemon game. Like, and it's actually kind of fun to shiny hunt. I mean, look at this! I mean, yes, it's much easier. Like, look how many shinies I have, bro. For some reason, this Snorunt looks so cool. Don't I have a... Oh, I have a 2-star Gourgeist. I wanted to see. Do I have pickup? Oh. Wait, can I? Can I cycle ability? Wait, how do I do it? No! I don't have pickup yet! Oh, that's actually so annoying. I want to be able to start with 2-star shiny Gourgeist with pickup. That Volcanion is ugly. I said that in the freaking Discord, bruh. I hate this Volcanion shiny so much. It's so ugly. I really like this Helioptile. I love the red. Bro, this Diggersby is ugly, bruh. All white? What were they thinking? Just an idea, your most used mon will be set on your profile, so then you can mix records with other players, and they immediately get access to that exact mon. Maybe it's almost like a rental slot, so it doesn't overwrite the data of that mon. Maybe. Yeah, I do wonder how multiplayer works. Check stats. How do I check stats? Shiny starters. I have done 19 classic runs. I have no ribbons because I have yet to beat classic mode in the new update. I'm still waiting for classic mode to like get a big update. Because like while I do think classic mode is better designed than endless mode, I don't think either of the modes are necessarily well designed. So I'm hoping that classic mode gets a nice buff. I just value the grind in this game so much, and endless is the right way to get that grind going, you know. Honestly, I feel like getting a shiny charm in a classic mode run is like kind of a meme. Like, why even do it, you know? That would work better than trading, although it's still a bit odd. They go to clown school. How much more longevity do you think? Do you both think Pokerogue has? Like, is it gonna drop off in a few weeks, months? Something you can see coming back to from time to time? For me personally, I guess like a week. And then I maybe come back for some updates. Yeah. Honestly, if it doesn't get like a major update soon, hell, I might like stop like right after this endless attempt. Like, I am enjoying the grind, but like basically my grind is only like motivated by the potential of like future updates coming for like a better classic mode. Yeah, and I'd definitely come back for future updates. I mean, if it comes out with an update that's like, you know, like that legitimately like makes the game like so much better. Stag did say the AI in classic mode's already a lot better. But I think it would also need like a better final boss. I actually don't even think the final Eternatus Max boss fight's that satisfying. I think floor 195 is the true final boss. Honestly. Like, I think that fight's harder. And at the same time, like, the Elite Four just feels so much more satisfying, you know? Path of Exile as well, start a league. Test some stuff. And slowly fades away until I start a new season. Makes sense. Bitter Maze Cal has done so many classic runs as he has. I have no idea how he does it. I guess he's been doing monotype runs, but I'm surprised he hasn't gotten bored of it yet. The thing I don't like about doing monotype for this game is that it's like self-imposed, right? Little perk to Emerald Rogue, it's fun to do monotype in Emerald Rogue because the game literally gives you an achievement for doing it. Granted, it could also give you a better reward, but that's a, you know, that's a side thing. You know, maybe like give you a Terra Shard or something for doing it, you know, monotype challenge, yes sir, or the Z Crystal of that type, you know, yes sir. Anyway. But no, either way, like, even just like getting like an achievement for completionist's sake is nice for doing like those monotype kinds of challenges. I mean, hell, I had a blast doing monotype challenges in Emerald Rogue, even despite the reward not being very good. It did give you the Z Crystal. Did it? Oh, for the hub. No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess I just don't remember that, my bad. Does give you the Terra Shard now, too. Goated. That's gonna be a goated reward. Mona shirt Pog. Oh, it's actually like, it's actually all Persona 5. I'm about to end stream, but yeah. I actually do like this shirt. It's kind of cool. I want more Persona merch in general. I don't have that much. Most of those unlocks are unlocks in the hub shops rather than put it straight into your bag. Don't want to flood the bag space like back in 1.0. That's probably makes sense. But yeah, highest wave on Endless is 1,851 so far. It'd be kind of cool to see how high I can get that. Highest damage, Pokemon encountered. Shiny, wait, where are the shinies? Oh, is it just shiny starters? 56? Silence had how many again? Like 120 something? I guess that makes sense. Silence definitely has played this game quite a bit more than me. He's also on a higher endless floor than I am, so it makes sense. We did get a lot of shinies today. Most importantly, we got shiny pickup Diggersby. That's actually really good, even for the endless run specifically. Like, I now have a shiny Pickamon. Goated. And it can be Diggersby, though. Yo. $148. Almost got it. Just needed to close the lines on the top 3 to get an 8. No, literally. What's its passive? Diggersby? I think it's just Guts. It's not that good. It's not like Lanoon getting, what's it called? But it is Diggersby, though. Yeah, just Guts. Guts actually seems kind of bad in this game. Kind of cringe, if you ask me. But I mean, I do have huge power as well, as an option. So, you know, I mean, you could start with a huge Powermon and then fuse What even is status in this game? That's what I'm saying, man. Like you kind of have to throw away your pre-existing like Pokemon like battle knowledge. Like some things in this game are just like so ass. Like status in any Pokemon game, even Emerald Rogue, is just really good, you know? Like hell, some of the best clips I have from Emerald Rogue were me using Blossom against a freaking Mega Blaziken. Just because I was able to click Strength Sap Blossom. But that doesn't work in this game because you just get O-code no matter what. So, you know. And classic status does have value. Yeah. More so, yeah. But you do have to work through all of the Lumberries, even in the late game. Watched a video on the other day, and he said he wanted to specifically start with Fuecoco for Torch Song and Will-O-Wisp. I was like, what the frick, why? I don't know, you have to burn through a bunch of Lums in late game, yeah. That's why, I feel like Calyrex Shadow probably is like one of the best mons in this game, because it has a nerve, right? Like, I can only imagine that crap is crazy. Bro, I'm so upset, I want more of these Paradox mons. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, without this, like, screen showing all the mons, like, I think that a lot would be lost. It's so much fun just looking at this stuff and looking at how much stuff you have. I love this Wooloo shiny. I'm not even, like, a big fan of shiny hunting, but, like, I kind of like the fact that like, even just looking at some of these shinies, like, he's a green apple, you know? Maybe this is my shiny hunting arc, bro. Like, this one's cool looking. Mommy on Green Swole. Interesting to see how they handled Paradox mons. I'm not, like, extremely against it. Because I didn't nerf their spawn rate because of how common they are in Gen 9 and how good they are. They are good, but the weird thing about them is that, like, Paradoxes aren't as good as Pseudos, you know? So, like, I mean, granted, Fluttermane is. But some of them are, like, not, like, that amazing. Like, in general, I'd say they're not as good as Pseudo-Legendaries. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. Pseudos aren't single stage. That's a good point. The nerve seems so strong. It's interesting to see how they handled Paradox at nerve to spawn rate. Obviously, we both ran into the same issue. Pseudos aren't single stage. Yeah, that's a good point. To be fair, it's not really something I thought about, but yeah. Alright, we're gonna end stream though. Thank y'all, especially Abby and Silence, for coming out to the stream. Always fun to have people to talk to. Have a great night. And later, manners.